That's the one.
Yeah.
Kia ora team, and welcome back to Big Boys Boxing. So, Tyson Fury, WBC heavyweight champion, is flapping his jaw, and he is talking a whole lot of shit. But I think it is an attempt at doing something which I'll get to, but first we're gonna pick apart some bullshit. So he started with this.
You know what I can't believe? That AJ has gone and give Ukraine all the heavyweight belts back after all my hard work of relieving them. You big useless dosser. You've let a little steroid man come up from middleweight and set about you and take all your belts. But he's going to have to take a real British Lancaster bomber like me to go and relieve the useless little steadhead of the belts and get them back to Britain. You useless dossers. Honestly, bring them to me. The Gypsy King, bring them to me. And I'll put them into place. I'll relieve them of the belts again.
Now I must say I did have a little laugh. It was quite witty of Tyson to say that Joshua had given the belts back to Ukraine after he'd done such good work to take them from Vladimir. Now, he is trying to make AJ sound like he got beaten by a midget by saying Alexander Usyk is a middleweight. He fought a little bit at middleweight in the amateurs, even fought Sean Porter, but he's never fought at middleweight in the pro game. The bulk of his career has been at cruiserweight, and now he's at heavyweight. He's 6'3" and around 220 pounds. He ain't no middleweight. So throw that bullshit out the window. So once Tyson had finished slandering Alexander Usyk, his countryman, Vladimir Klitschko, saw the tweet and replied in kind with this. Basically reminding Tyson that he was the one who tested positive for nandrolone, a banned substance, a steroid. It was in his system. There's no excuse for that. So those who live in glass houses should not throw stones, because Tyson has left himself wide open for a massive lawsuit for slander. Nice one, genius. So Tyson, after seeing this from Vladimir Klitschko, got his knickers in a knot. He didn't like that. He replied with this.
Vladimir, you've got some cheek to come back after all these years and open your big mouth. You never landed a punch. I took all your belts off you. Look, these used to belong to you, mush. Now they belong to me, you useless dosser. Keep on.
So he opens with, Vladimir, you've got some cheek. Well, that's hypocritical in itself, isn't it? Because Vladimir wasn't the one coming out accusing somebody of using PEDs who has never tested positive for anything ever. Then he goes on to call him a useless dosser. Well, if Vladimir's useless, then you get no credit for beating anybody useless. Then he shows the duplicate belts and says these used to belong to you, now they belong to me. Well, they did used to belong to Vlad, and yes, you took them, but you gave them up the minute you packed the shitty because everyone was calling you a drug cheat and stuck more crap up your nose. You gave those belts away. You don't own them. All you own is the memories and the duplicates. And then Tyson proceeds to make this little picture. It's inaccurate. Yes, Tyson Fury did beat Deontay Wilder and Vladimir Klitschko, but let's keep it real, these are not accurate pictures. This is the picture from Vladimir Klitschko v Tyson Fury weigh-in. This is what they actually look like at the time. And this one here, this is the pictures of Tyson Fury v Deontay Wilder 3. So as you can see, Tyson didn't want to show us under his shirt because he was a little bit heavier for this fight, so let's use a picture from the actual fight instead. This is what they actually look like. Now, one other thing to take from this picture. Yes, Tyson did beat these two guys. However, these two guys he'd beaten were long-reigning champions who faced multiple mandatory challenges. How many mandatory challenges has Tyson Fury faced as a champion? How many of the guys who have earned the right to fight the champion has he faced? 0. He has been ordered to face one, but he's not going to give him a percentage that's going to get the fight done. And the WBC have made an extra large stuff up. They can't do a purse bid until the arbitration is finished with Dillian Whyte. So, I think the plan is, because it's going to be the last fight on Tyson Fury's contract with Bob Arum, ESPN and Top Rank, that they are going to try and stall out the mandatory as long as they can, because they know that purse bid cannot be done. They want to stall that out long enough to see the winner of Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk, and they want to fight the undisputed fight for the last fight on the contract, so Bob Arum can get the most money out of it before Tyson Fury has the option to leave. That's the way I see it, and that is why Tyson Fury is trying to kick up a stink with both Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. Whoever wins, he wants that fight, but he thinks the fans are going to buy all this crap that he's spouting to create hype for the fight that has not a lot of chance of happening, in my opinion, because that arbitration will be finished in March and Usyk and Joshua aren't fighting until June by the sounds of it. So I'm not buying any of this bullshit from Tyson Fury. It's absolute crap. I like watching Tyson Fury fight, but outside of the ring, this guy is an absolute dickhead. Not only that, he claims to be an advocate for mental health. What sent him into a spiral of drug taking and mental issues in the first place was somebody calling him a drug cheat, right? Even though it wasn't a system. Yet he's turning around and doing the exact same thing to Alexander Usyk. Awesome. The biggest hypocrite in boxing. You can't take anything he says seriously. Just watch him fight. Don't listen to a word he says. He's just trying to gain clout for a fight that isn't supposed to be happening. Just fight your mandatory, Tyson. Be a real champ. Do it. Stuff Bob and his money. You get yours. Anyway, that's all from me today. If you've enjoyed, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content. And I will catch you in the next one. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing. And I'm out. So that's us for today. I hope you have enjoyed. You can show your appreciation with a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to check out our Discord community where you can find boxing news, fight links, live streamed fights and much more. So look after yourself and your family. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing and I'm out. See you!